Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 25th of May, 2015. The moon today is in the early stages of the sign of Virgo and in the nakshatra, or lunar mansion as they're also called, of Purva Phalguni. Virgo can generally tend to have a very analytical quality to it. And there is definitely an analytical quality to the day, but there's also a very desire-driven energy, as is related to Purva Phalguni. Let's talk a little bit about Purva Phalguni and the things that it's associated with. It gives the power of procreation, a coming together of forces in order to create something else, a joining together. It's also symbolized by a cot, a place of rest. And it's a place where the energies can pull together, gather together their resources, and create something different. I like to talk about Purva Phalguni and Uttara Phalguni as being connected to something called the sacred contract. And what I mean by that is that agreement that your soul that you have with your soul before you come into creation on this planet, in order to do a certain set of things, to have influences upon certain people, to do whatever you're here to do, so to speak. And the question of whether you're going to be your own best friend in that process or your own worst enemy. And there's definitely a need with the energy of the day to make sure that you don't get in your own way. The lunar tithi for today is Shukla Ashtami. It's the 8th day of the bright half of the moon. And there's a conflictual energy that's associated with Shukla Ashtami that very much wants to cut through all the interference that's in the way. There's been a small success that you've attained, and there's a desire to clear away all the other things that are interfering with your capacity, with your potential to have an even deeper degree of success. But there's a need to look at that conflict and that desire to really go at it very intensively, because on one level it's going to relate to a conflict that's going on within yourself. Any conflict on one level is going to relate to an area where we're out of balance within ourselves and therefore are having an inner conflict as well. The solar lunar yoga for today is called Harshana, which literally translated means thrilling with joy, but it just means coming together in a very desire-driven energy and feeling very enthusiastic about a particular process. Now, neither of those factors, the tithi or the solar lunar yoga, is very well disposed. So going at it with such an intensity is not going to bring the result that you might somehow wish to attain. And as a matter of fact, it would be wise to pause for a moment and consider your options and think about a new strategy or how you might want to approach this in a different way, rather than allowing yourself to be completely driven by that desire towards pursuing your goal. Because if you approach it from a purely desire-driven method, then you're going to find that the ego is interfering with your capacity to tune into your higher senses and thereby be able to receive guidance in order to take the next steps that you should take. Now, whilst you might be able to attain a small level of success from that approach, ultimately it's just something that's going to make an event fall apart in the long run. And that's not something that you want to have happen. Now, if you can recognize, this has just been a short general look at the lunar energies for the day, considered through several different factors and relationships to several different planets. Obviously, I don't know what area of your life this is impacting because I don't know your personal astrology. And I can take a look at your personal astrology for you if you would like for me to do so, if you have a perplexing question that's bothering you, or if you would just like to know where these lunar energies are influencing in your particular chart. I offer a vast range of astrological services, which are available through my website. There's a link further down in this YouTube video, and if you've closed that down already, there's also a link further down in the description area of the page. And if you click on that link, it'll take you to my astrological services page. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page yet, you might consider doing so that you can receive regular updates every time there's a new video released. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 25th of May. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye for now.